Cedric McMillan is the winner of the Arnold Classic Ohio of 2017, the biggest and best known Arnold Classic of them all. And this to me is very good news for classic bodybuilding and the recognition it deserves. Just look at his posing routine, look at the poses. He knows how to hit the poses. And like Arnold told him after his victory, he did all the right poses, the classic poses, and hit them like a professional. Because that is what these bodybuilders are, professionals. It is time to recognize that professionality in bodybuilding should go hand in hand with showcasing a physique without distorted aesthetics. They should be able to recognize their flaws and eliminate them just like the bodybuilders back in the day would. And you know, Cedric McMillan is the perfect example of this. Arnold already in the past has hailed him as the bodybuilder that actually comes close to representing the golden era. Now, the golden era is in the past, this is a new era, and Cedric is a prime example of how bodybuilding should look like now, at least on the top level. Bigger than in the past, but still aesthetic, more ripped than in the past, but still looking good. We already have classic physique now, which is already amazing in and of itself, but the top of the entire bodybuilding community should only be comprised of athletes that actually represent what people, the general public, find aesthetic. As you can see, he's able to hit classic poses, ground poses, which would just not look right on most of the other top bodybuilders of today. Now alright, let's take a look at these comparison pictures. Cedric is in the middle, and at least to my eyes you can immediately see the V shape, the tapered waist, the broad shoulders, and he's tall. And of course today's bodybuilding has to be big and conditioned. In the past that wasn't really the case. It just had to be aesthetic and look good and be, you know, the most pleasing bodybuilder on stage. And that should still be the case, but this time mass and being ripped is added to the equation, and to me then you get the perfect bodybuilder of today's era. To me, Cedric's physique just flows better than the rest, which is also seen in this picture right here. And Cedric hits the side chest really smart. Now you have an option to do the vacuum side chest, but he probably thinks that his fullness wouldn't show as much when he does that, so he decides to do the traditional side chest that most bodybuilders do, but Cedric can display his narrow waist. If you look at most of the waists at the stage right now, they are not flat, they are not narrow, they are kind of bulging outwards, which is what we don't want in a classic physique like Cedric's. He showcases full shoulders, full arms, full chest, a small waist and full legs. What else do you want in the side chest? Nothing. He is the perfect example of someone who knows how to pose according to his strengths and shows composure and professionality in how he presents himself on stage. So this picture is part of the speech, basically the victory speech, whatever you want to call it, after Cedric's victory. I highly recommend you watch it. It's one of the best speeches I've heard after winning a competition. Not like all the others, which are basically the same story. This really, you know, it's interacting with Arnold, reversing the roles, Cedric interviewing Arnold, even making him do a pose, which you can see right here, which I'm pretty amazed at he can still do this pose, because, trust me, it is pretty difficult to do it, but I guess once you have learned it, you will never forget it for the rest of your life. And Arnold was happy, you know, he was happy that Cedric was the winner, finally a bodybuilder that Arnold thinks of that he looks good, which is rare nowadays. And we all gotta admit, Arnold simply is the face of classic bodybuilding to most of the people in the entire world. Cedric himself said that Arnold was his, you know, example, his role model to become a classic bodybuilder like this. Anyway guys, I just wanted to let you know that I'm very happy that Cedric won, and I wanted you to be aware that there's definitely a difference between Cedric and the rest of the field. He knows how to hit those poses. He knows that it's important to show that he is able to hit all these different difficult poses, which most of the bodybuilders of today wouldn't be able to hit at all. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget, just like Cedric, to stay golden.